Alright, we should be back. Yeah, so I've missed the past 5 minutes of chat, so if you guys said anything that you wanted me to answer, just repeat it, because it said chat closed on here, chat was still working on here. It does that sometimes. Sometimes we're already connected to chat, and then it connects to chat again, and then every time someone sends a message, I get 2 messages. That's annoying too. So, mobile streaming is not perfect, but it kind of works. Boars with young in tow? Yeah, hopefully me being in a tent just like pretty much sleeping would make me conceived or like perceived as not a threat, because I'm literally not getting between them or anything like that. Like I'm just still in my tent. But yeah, any kind of animal of any size with young is kind of dangerous, because they protect their babies. Almost. Everyone that drives past waves though, so that's a good sign. Got a plan in Denver yet? Well, there's 2 viewers that are in the Denver area that have said that if I'm in the area we could do something, so hopefully meet up with one or both of them. I like meeting people that, you know, check out the channel. It's cool for me that someone just found me on the internet and then I end up hitchhiking through the area, and that enables us to actually like meet up. So that's pretty cool. The goddamn dump truck is back. Hate this thing. I'm in Grand Junction, buddy dude bro. That's a fun name. I like that. Yeah, this is a fine spot, there's just no traffic. 20 miles from Boulder. Yeah, lots of Colorado folks that have shown up in chat throughout the time there. What are you guys gonna get up to? Well, it depends when I get there. Might not even get there today. The amount of traffic we've had, I think I've had like maybe 7 cars drive past me, and I've been here 40 minutes maybe. With that said, the traffic's very friendly, but you know, when you're getting barely any cars, chances of getting picked up are slimmer. Have you ever had a stream sniper pick me up? Nope, not yet. Eventually. If I come through Boulder, if I'm in much. Alright. If I end up in Boulder, I'll hit you up. Buddy dude bro. No, the dump truck is pouring sidewalks for this new development they're doing here. Boots am I wearing? They're, oh, he's spinning out. There he goes. They're not proper hiking boots. I literally bought them at a secondhand store, like a used store. And then I took them to a cobbler and got some Vibram soles put on. So they're a brand called Fry, F-R-Y-E. So it's just a full grain leather upper ankle boot, and then I have a decent tread just thrown on there. so they're kind of like jerry-rigged. Good afternoon, Safety Dan. Hey, puppy. You know Fry? You're a boot freak. Yeah, I like these boots. They're getting really dry and cracked because I don't take care of them and I wear the same boots every day. And they get wet from the rain and then they get dry from the desert and they just get beat to hell. So they're already pretty dried and cracked. They're gonna die on me at some point, but I break things. I'm tough on my equipment. And then I'll just have to get a new pair or another used pair, depending. Guessing Todd wasn't able to hit you up with one of his pilots. Yeah, he tried. He called a few different people, left messages, was waiting for them to get back, and posted a message on some kind of pilot message board thing. I haven't heard from him today, and I sent him a text. I'm guessing he's busy and he hasn't heard from anything, otherwise I would have heard from him. But yeah, so unfortunately no plane ride, unless that changes, and then I'll definitely take a bus back into town to catch a ride, because flying from here to Denver would be amazing. This guy turning right. Yeah, even him, he's waving as he drives past, which is nice. I'm gonna have to lower the screen brightness, my battery's depleting. Do you have another pair of boots? Nope. I bring one pair of shoes. Hit Danner with your story and page, and I bet they'll give you a free pair if you rep them. Maybe, that would be cool. I hear they make really nice boots. I've heard of them and they look pretty nice, so I'd definitely be down. Oh man, that was like 2 cars within a minute. First time that's happened. Three cars within a minute. Partly makes me happy and partly makes me sad at the same time. Let's drink a little bit more water. Yeah, we're going through water pretty quickly. I am close to a town here, so if I do run out of water, I can resupply at a variety of places. And there's a winery right next to me. So if I do get thirsty, I just get a couple bottles of wine. Their boots are by Truman. I haven't heard of Truman's. They're in Boulder, but they cost a lot? Yeah. High quality boots do cost a lot of money. How many times have you been picked up by a truck on stream? I've only been picked up by one commercial truck, and that was just like a dump truck sized commercial truck. It wasn't a full, whatever, like full semi truck with a 52-foot trailer or anything like that. Hitchhike at the winery. Just get a bunch of drunk people. A bunch of wine drunk people. I'm conflicted. Like, realistically, this is a good hitchhiking spot, just low traffic. The places actually in Grand Junction had high traffic, but like it was not safe. They were bad spots. Like, I'm gonna give this several hours before I give up on this spot. And it's a beautiful day, so I really don't mind being outside. That's just part of the thing with hitchhiking. You don't get to like decide, like, sometimes there's no amazing spots. So you just deal with what the town or city you're in throws at you. Like, given enough time, guaranteed I'll be picked up here. It's just the traffic's very slow, so you know, if you only see 15 cars an hour, that's not very much. If you're in a city, you'll see 15 plus cars a minute. So Oh, bone clings. Sorry, missed something. Raided by bone clings. Another IRL streamer. Appreciate the raid, my friend. For those of you that are new, this is Hitch Live, and this is Hitchhiking America, where I show you guys what my experience is like with hitchhiking. I've done it in 25 countries. I've been picked up over 700 times in my life. Actually, we're calling it 750 now because I've been picked up 51 times on this trip. And I just show you guys what my experience with hitchhiking is like. So if that sounds interesting to you, keep watching. We're hitchhiking right now. We're trying to get east out of Grand Junction, Colorado, towards Denver. So we have a few viewers there that want to hang out, so that's where I'm going right now. Thank you, Bone Clinks, for the host. Before I started this live streaming thing, I did check out some other IRL streamers, and I did stumble into your channel a few times. I might have not been very vocal, but I did check out your channel. But thank you for the host, I appreciate that. Alright. Bone Clings raid. It's gonna take me forever to get through this chat. But yeah, we're in a good hitchhiking spot. Actually, maybe I'll show you guys now that there's people watching. It's got low traffic, so not many cars driving past, per hour. So this might be one of our longer waits, just based off of the amount of traffic we're seeing. But that's okay. It's a beautiful day here in Colorado, so I'm okay being outside. The most common reaction to raids. I'm a hitchhiker, I have to remain calm at all times. Let me call you an Uber. to Denver, it's 4 hours from here. If you do sign tricks, never practice that. Maybe I'll have to work on that. Ever hop trains? I haven't. And my kind of thing I say about that is I've never really met anyone or been mentored by anyone that's hopped trains before, because I wouldn't want to do it by myself with no experience, because if you mess with a train and you screw up, the train is going to win every single time. So no freight hopping or anything like that, because it is dangerous unless you really know what you're doing, and I don't know what I'm doing. So I do something that many people think is risky or dangerous. But there's several things I do to manage my risk, which we can talk about. And I wouldn't be managing my risk very well if I just hopped on a freight train with no prior experience or knowledge. So I haven't done that yet, and I definitely wouldn't do it on stream because it's illegal. And since it's illegal, I definitely wouldn't do that ever, because I follow all local, state, and federal laws as I go. Sent me a DM on Instagram. Alright, check that out when I'm not streaming. Australia would be sick. I hitchhiked through Australia last fall from Gold Coast right through the middle, eventually to Perth. But it was really cool. And the hitchhiking was easy, the rides came quick, and the people were very friendly, so nobody picks you up. Where are you gonna sleep? There. My home's in there. Everything I need to survive is in there. I have a tent, a one-man tent. Oh, there's that. Sometimes I just accidentally spin around the camera. Wow, busy, so much street traffic? I know. My options were either, I'm just outside Grand Junction right now. I could go to an on-ramp in Grand Junction, but it was pretty much a major highway just merging onto the interstate, and that's illegal and very dangerous to hitchhike on, or come out here to a safer but less well-traveled spot. So I'm always going to pick the safer option. That's part of my risk management kind of stuff. So that's why I'm here, and that's why I'm at a spot that doesn't have that much traffic. I made a safety call. Isn't hitchhiking illegal in most states? Do cops ever bother you? There is a section on legality below in my info panel. It links to another website where people have done more research than I have, and I kind of call on that research. It's illegal in 5 states, I believe, and I just don't hitchhike in those states. But yeah, with hitchhiking, you are going to have police just check you out. I think they see you as a high-risk kind of person, and mostly they just check your paperwork, make sure you don't have any warrants, and then just let you carry on. And that's how that kind of works. But for the most part, my strategy with police is to just be polite and respectful to them, and they generally do the same to me. And so far that has worked pretty well for me. We've had one police interaction on this trip so far in California, and he got me to move to a different spot, which was fine. Do you walk around and ask people in parking lots? Usually not. I prefer to just do it traditional, rather than getting people's faces and putting them on the spot. I prefer to give the drivers that initial option. It's very low, like, stress. They can just drive past me, and it's very easy for them to just keep driving. Because I don't want to get in people's faces. I try to be polite about it. I try to be a polite hitchhiker, you know? Two cars in a row. That's crazy! If you guys want to see the different types of people that have picked me up along the way, if you're new to the channel, if you want to see videos of that, I have a bunch of VODs highlighted from previous rides on the trip. We have almost all the 51 rides saved as a VOD for the channel, and then if you want to see just a snapshot, like just the different, like a picture of the different types of people pick me up, I have my Instagram linked below, and I try to get pictures with all my drivers. Some people say no, and I only started doing this once I hit Oregon, so like a week into my trip. But yeah, if you want a snapshot of the different types of people that pick you up hitchhiking, that's a glimpse from this trip. See a clip of you in a van. Someone was talking about drinking blood. Yes, you did. The psychic vampires. That was River and Joseph. Yes, interesting folks. You're gonna meet weird people when you hitchhike. How do you manage risk? Yeah, I did say I was gonna talk about that. I have a few rules with hitchhiking. I talk to every single driver before I get into their vehicle, and I do turn down rides if I don't get a good vibe from them. And also if they're just not going to a good location that would help me out, I turn down rides for that reason as well. So that's one of my rules. I also do not hitchhike at night. Once the sun goes down, that's the end of my day. If the sun went down right now, I would pick up my bag, find some public land, most likely, and put down my tent for the night. I follow the leave now trace principle, so I don't leave any litter, I don't have any campfires. When I leave that spot where I'm camping, no one should know I was ever there. It should look just as good before and after I got there. So I don't hitchhike at night. And like the stuff we've been talking about with finding a safe place to hitchhike, rather than just standing like right next to a really busy highway with a million cars driving past at 100+ kilometers an hour, I'll go to like an on-ramp or the end of town where traffic's still slow, and there's a safe place to pull over. That's kind of the main things. There'll be other little things, but those are the main ones. I didn't know where he was going. Wasn't sure if he was coming for me. Where'd you get the idea? To hitchhike in general or for this trip? The whole purpose of this trip is to show people what my experience is like with hitchhiking. I just think hitchhiking has a negative reputation that it doesn't necessarily deserve, based off of my experience hitchhiking the past 4 years in 25 countries. I just want to show people what it was like. If I wasn't live streaming this trip, I would still be hitchhiking. I just wouldn't have this interesting setup here, staring at me and me talking to you guys. So it'd be a little bit different, but yeah, I just want to show people what hitchhiking was like. But my first time ever hitchhiking was because I hated the Greyhound bus. It was very slow. It was from where I was going to school. It was like 6.5 hours to Vancouver, where I had all my friends, family, and girlfriend. And one time I just decided to hitchhike. You can drive that in about 3 hours compared to 6 on the bus. I got picked up in 20 minutes and they drove me to my friend's front door, in Victoria actually, which is even further. And since then, it's kind of escalated quickly, and I've done it a lot in a lot of places. And yes, I did hitchhike a ride on an airplane on this trip so far, and that was live streamed as well, which has been a goal since I started hitchhiking 4 years ago. I've always wanted to hitch a ride on an airplane, and I finally got to do that. So that was awesome. November clip is some horror movie shit. I thought those guys were hilarious, and if like you watch the whole VOD, like I found them really entertaining, and I was asking like continuation questions. Like they'd spew some really crazy stuff, and I'd just be like, wow, that's interesting, tell me more. Not exactly like that, but essentially that's you know, the gist of the message I was trying to get across. Tell me more. Is that we use freedom units? Yeah. I'm Canadian, eh? We use those metric units. Base 10. Hey, charge your phone and equipment. I have like 6 batteries. I have a 22,000 milliamp hour battery, 2 20,000 milliamp hour batteries, a 12,000 milliamp hour battery, a 10,000 milliamp hour battery, and a 4,000 milliamp hour battery. And that keeps me charged for about 3 days without having to plug into a wall. Albeit, we're having battery problems right now where the battery isn't charging the phone at a sufficient rate, so the battery is actually constantly depleting very slowly. And at some point I'll have to decrease the brightness of this screen down significantly so I don't, so the phone doesn't die, which is my broadcasting device. But yeah, so just a lot of big batteries, which means I'm carrying a lot more weight than I usually would on a trip. What do you do to fight boredom when you're alone on the road? Well, on this trip, I talk to you guys. But I'm pretty good at entertaining my own brain. I'm quite comfortable standing for hours just, you know, entertaining my own mind. I don't listen to like music, I don't plug in or anything like that. I'm just actively hitchhiking, finding a ride. Usually traffic's faster than this. Really slow traffic is one of the few things that can for me, can kind of bring down my spirits. Because even if you're waiting a long time and there's steady traffic, there's still that hope. Every car that drives past, you're like, maybe, 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 maybe. But when there's no cars, you know you're not getting picked up because no one's driving past you. But with this, I don't care because I'm chilling with you guys. The only thing that makes me sad in this situation is I want you guys to be able to see me get picked up, and if it takes a long time, that's not the most interesting content, is it? So, yeah, I don't mind being here. I like answering all your questions and stuff like that. But yeah, like, I wish there was more traffic so we'd get picked up quicker so you guys could meet my ride and we could get closer to Denver and just continue on the trip. But I'm happy being here. Or that phrase, don't get into car with strangers. Yeah, and I don't know. I think the average human being is actually a decent person. I think people are very closed off to meeting new people these days, you know? Where this is a really fun way of traveling. It's a very social way of traveling. I'm meeting people all day. I travel by meeting people, and it's a really cool experience. Saw my clips over at Reddit, yeah. Did you get on a motorcycle? Yeah, if you had spare helmet and gear, it'd be hard for me to live stream that. I'd try to. But yeah, if you had a spare helmet at least, I definitely would. That's on kind of my bucket list as well. It's just hard with the big bag because I'd be like getting pulled back from that weight because I'd have to wear it on my back. There'd be nowhere to stash the bag, like strap it to the bike, I'm guessing. So I'd have to wear that puppy. Any solar chargers? One of my battery has a small solar panel on it. It's like, I'm guessing you'll barely get any charge out of it, but I guess in worst case scenario, you'd charge it for a few hours and get a little bit of charge on your phone. Needs a new quick charge cable. Well, my battery has to be quick charge compatible, so I'd be looking at getting that. The problem, when you run a battery charging your phone at quick charge, it heats up the phone even more. And the other problem I have is my phone will overheat, and then it will threaten to turn off because it's too hot. So that can happen too. So the solution to the depleting battery problem, using my current hardware, makes another problem that I have on occasion worse. Hello from sunny northern Cali. I was there like 10 days ago. Went through Washington, Oregon, Northern California, Central, Southern California to LA area, and then cut east into Arizona. Went through Phoenix and then cut northeast up into Colorado here. Have you ever been asked to receive anything sexual for a ride? Not explicitly, but like the conversation comes up, and if you're interested, you can continue with that. If I'm not or you're not, change the topic of conversation, and that's worked every single time. Doing a lot of squatting today because there's not that many cars. Usually I squat down quickly, check out chat for a minute, and stand back up and keep hitchhiking. But now I'm spending most of my time just chilling with you guys on chat here. A solar sombrero for charging devices. That'd be sick. It's like the ultimate hitchhiking hat. So I'm always standing in the sun. I prefer not wear a hat when I'm actually hitchhiking because then it casts shade on your face and covers your eyes kinda. And I prefer to have people see my face and my eyes. Your eyes make you human. Eye contact, like that humanizes an interaction. So you'll probably notice as I drive past, or anyone that drives past, which is rare right now, but I look at them and I try to like interact with them. Just a little nod, try to look happy and friendly. And a hat just casts a shadow on your face, which makes you, yeah, I think look a bit less inviting. Ray, how's it going? Did you make it out of Cali? Yes, we're in Colorado now. So since California, we've been through Arizona, technically New Mexico briefly, and Colorado. And I went to Utah. I walked there because I went to the Four Corners Monument between Utah, Colorado, New Mexico, and Arizona. So I technically went to Utah. It's illegal to hitchhike there, but I just walked there, so that's fine. I haven't picked up on a motorcycle. Not yet. Not yet. One day. Very good for the mind, all the social experiences. I agree. I think it's helped me as a human being kind of develop myself socially. Bonus for the daily meth interaction. You know, we haven't had that much meth. I've had more meth in Canada. I haven't done any meth. Maybe that was worded weirdly. As far as hitchhiking and interacting with people that partake, that's happened more in Canada than the US so far. That RV would have been cool, yeah. People in RVs and people with big trailers like never pick you up. They're on vacation, and people on vacation don't pick you up. I don't know, they're just doing their own vacation thing. It's usually locals, people that are commuting, or like drive around the area frequently. That's usually the type of people that pick you up. Is it almost all men? Depends at what point you call it almost all. I'm estimating about 15, maybe 20 tops % of the people that pick me up are girl drivers. Like my last hitchhiking ride was by 2 girls. They picked me up. I have a few signs in my bag that were made by 2 girls that picked me up hitchhiking. So girls do pick you up, but yeah, it's less likely, less common. Picked up a guy and girl at Eureka and brought them almost to Fresno. They were going to LA. That's a long ride. They were going to LA. I would have taken that ride probably. I got a friend in Fresno that I met in Europe, and I was kind of sad that I never got to make it to Fresno because I just went straight down the coast. But yeah, that was nice of you to pick them up. It does amaze me the generosity kind of displayed by people that will pick up a complete stranger on the side of the road, expecting nothing in return. With hitchhiking, it's assumed it's a free ride, so yeah, that does still amaze me even after 750 rides or so. Just the generosity of these people. How many Snickers you had today? Just one, and it was an extreme Snickers. It wasn't a regular Snickers, it was extreme. If you do look at, in my info, there's like my gear list, and you'll see that in my outdoor gear, the necessary things I need to survive in the outdoors, there's a 24 box of Snickers Extreme. So, that's necessary. You went camping, Quinnell. So you missed 4 days of my stream. Well, I hope you had a good time camping. I've been camping too. I really love camping. I love being outdoors. Would you hitchhike through the Syria deserts? Not right now. If things stabilize in the region, I see no reason why I wouldn't want to do that. Right now, no. I try to stay out of regions that are in some kind of conflict. So, no, I wouldn't right now, but I would in the future. Did you get a ride in a police car if you wanted? They might not be able to choose the direction. I've been picked up by police and helped by police. And like, you know, had police take me to different locations where they think it's a better spot. That hasn't happened on this trip. I've just had a police officer tell me to hitchhike in a different location. So I had to walk there, but that's fine. The sexual favors all offered by dudes, no. Should wear a Canadian flag shirt? Actually, that's probably a good idea. When I do try to hitchhike at like a service station and I'm asking people how I do that is I walk up to them and I'm like, hi, I'm from Canada. I'm trying to get to this location. Do you happen to be heading in that direction? That's kind of my line. But yeah, I open with hi, I'm from Canada. It seems to help. You don't pick people up when your wife is with you, but you always do when you're alone, someone to talk to, plus help someone out. Yeah, a lot of people kind of have that rule as well. A lot of people seem to have their wife, girlfriend as the limiting factor, or kids. I understand the kid thing for sure. So yeah, that's pretty common. Have you ever hitchhiked a ship across the water? I've hitchhiked a boat across a lake in Ireland. How much money do you start with? I don't talk too much about finances, but I save up money and I quit my job. Like for the past 4 years, I work, save up money, quit my job, travel. Money gets a little bit low, I go home and repeat the process. I don't like to talk specifics on finances, but I travel pretty cheaply. Camp as much as you can, but you're in your 50s enjoying life. But yeah, do whatever makes you happy. If hitchhiking didn't make me happy anymore, I wouldn't be doing it anymore. That's why I'm doing this. This is actually what I enjoy. This makes me happy. So. See you, Marlies. That dump truck's loud. I just had to stretch my legs for a minute. I've been squatting for a while. Have you ever had a luxury vacation, Trevor? I've had a mixture of luxury and non-luxury. So another thing I do is I save up credit card rewards points from getting credit cards, getting the sign-up bonuses, waiting a couple months, canceling them, and getting the card again. So last fall, I had enough points saved up that I could fly around the world in first class. So I hitchhiked from where I'm from, British Columbia, to Boston, Massachusetts, and then caught a flight on Cathay Pacific first class from Boston to Hong Kong. Also through points, I got this week at this really nice resort in Vietnam on Phu Quoc Island. So I stayed there for a week and just like laid on the beach at the pool. And with status that I also got from all this stuff, I got like free breakfast, buffet and stuff like that. That is kind of expensive if you don't have status. And then I went to Australia, hitchhiked across Australia, and then I flew home through the Middle East. I flew into Dubai, and then I flew home from Abu Dhabi on Etihad first class from Abu Dhabi to New York on their Airbus A380 in their first class apartments, which have a shower. You get to shower on an airplane. So that would be my most luxury trip, but it was like hitchhiking, flying first class, hitchhiking, flying first class, hitchhiking first class. So to be able to hitchhike permanently with Twitch, I think. This stream is awesome. Thank you for the kind words. At this point, on a day-to-day basis, it seems like I'm at least breaking even, which means I'm not having that daily money depletion thing. It's kind of like just in the middle. I'm not going up, I'm not going down, which means money isn't a problem as far as this, so I can do this as long as I'm still enjoying it. But man, that truck is loud. How often do I get a shower? It really depends. The longest I've gone on any trip without taking any shower is 7 days, 8 days. That's getting pretty ripe. I usually get a ride every few days, 2 to 3 days. Or shower every 2 to 3 days, rather. Yeah, prior to hitchhiking, I'm an accounting finance major. I can show you guys some pictures of that. Actually, I should post them on my Instagram as well. But that was an interesting experience. I'm not used to being spoiled like on these airplanes or anything like that. I'm used to just being shoved into camel class and just dealing with it. Like, you know, I don't care. I'll sit for 8 hours uncomfortably just to get to a new place. But since it cost me next to nothing and I had the points, like, drink it in. Champagne and caviar? Sure, I'll try it. When in Rome. Yeah, I'll give you guys a view of the area. Might as well. One sec. Oh, with all that squatting, the blood has to go back into my head. It's a really beautiful area. So it's like, we can call that like a mesa? A mesa? Something? Got these mountains here. I can't see the screen because it's too dim, so I can't tell if I'm pointing it at the right thing. But you get the point. More mountains over there. The very top of those mountains over there, there's just a little bit of snow on the top. Just a little bit of snow left. They're building a new gas station, little service station there. And then like a valley here with like lots of agriculture and stuff like that. It's actually a really beautiful area. And part of the reason why I really don't mind just chilling here, because it's beautiful. Ugh. You're graduating in finance next week. Are you sticking in the industry? Like, what are you gonna do? Like some, you have like a job lined up? I just went to a school in central British Columbia. It's called Okanagan College. They offer a 4-year Bachelor of Business Administration. So it's like we call it like a university college in Canada. So it's a smaller college, but they do offer full degree programs. Usually it's universities that offer your full 4-year bachelors. But colleges can do that, or some can. But I got bored and started hitchhiking. Should have someone doing a lap timer, like how long I've been waiting for this next ride. I think that'd be a cool idea. And you can like, then we can actually do like an average wait time thing and like give statistics on the trip and stuff like that. I think that'd be a good idea. If we can implement that, then that's something I'd like. Am I subletting my place while I'm traveling? No, I just like drop everything. I quit my job. I lose my place if I have a place and something like that. I just drop everything. What's your family name? What region is that from? So I've never flown first class, but don't fly much at all. Like, it's not necessary. It's just I had the points saved up, so it was like a bucket list kind of thing. I just wanted to experience it. For me, like, I just like experiencing new things. I like actual physical possessions. Like, they're fun, they're nice, but I'd much rather spend my time, money, and energy on interesting experiences. So to me, having a trip with the contrast of hitchhiking than flying first class, like, that's about as black and white as you can be with levels of travel, like, as far as like class of travel. Hitchhiking is probably like the lowest class of travel you can do. And then you show up at the airport and get treated like royalty for your 15-hour flight from Boston to Hong Kong. And then you leave the airport and you're back to the real world. And I just found that contrast fun but also hilarious. I just thought it was a really funny trip. Why don't you sit on your bag? I don't know, I'll crush everything. I was thinking about it though. What road is that? This is I-70. I-70 East. But I generally don't give up my exact location. Like realistically, it's not that hard to find. But I don't like be like I'm at the corner of this and this. Yeah. Scariest, worst experiences. My scariest experiences with hitchhiking have been based off the people's driving abilities or their reckless driving. I've had some very scary experiences with that, like someone just driving into the oncoming lane of traffic, expecting cars to just like swerve around them onto the shoulder just because they're passing vehicles. Like stuff like that's the scariest for me. I haven't been picked up by anyone that I'm like, I feel threatened by them personally. It's their driving that I feel threatened by. When you went to school, cheap? Yeah, I never had any debt from school. I worked part-time and went to school, and that's why I'm able to do this. If I had school loans and stuff like that, I wouldn't be able to do this. Get one of those mini folding backpack chairs. See, but when a car drives by, I like to be standing up. I like to be present and like visible. And if you're just sitting down, you look like some lazy bum hitchhiker. You'd pick me up, but you'd make me drive so you can nap. I'm down. I've had that happen probably like maybe 6 times or something like that. All in Canada. I've never done that in another country. It's always been Canada. And on very long drives, where it's actually mutually beneficial that they picked me up. Because then we can get there faster, because we can take turns. One person's sleeping, one person's driving, and vice versa. Lower cost of travel, butt scooting. Do you hike for a few days sometimes? Not with my hitchhiking gear. I like hiking, but it wouldn't be, like on a trip like this, I wouldn't hike for a few days to get to the next town or anything like that. Oh, Shaq Hennessy, thanks for the bits. What about the unwritten book of the road, specifically Rule 1? What? Gas, grass, or ass? So gas? Too many crazy mofos to tell too much personal information? Yeah. Like I give people my real name and stuff like that, but I still don't give out my current exact location. If you get too big of a stream, viewers will try to pick you up. Yeah, on occasion, I wouldn't mind meeting some viewers. But at a certain point, like, what I like out of hitchhiking is the random interactions with people that are just driving, minding their business, and see me, and, you know, just out of the goodness in their heart, pick me up. Oh, maybe a ride. Let's see the ride. Does it close or? You guys ready? Does it look like it'll close or?
Oh, it'll close.
It'll close? Alright. Does the dog prefer which side?
You want to put something back here?
No, yeah, I just got these things I keep with me. Perfect, thank you.
We're heading about 130 miles from here, and once you get to the Bell Valley, you shouldn't have any problems.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
hard to get a ride from where we're at.
Yeah, this isn't the best spot because there's just barely any traffic.
It's hot and it's, yeah.
But yeah, I really appreciate you guys grabbing me.
No problem. My daughter did something similar. She was in some kind of class, and they, not to the big scale that you're doing that, but it was very interesting, I must say.
Just fishing my
Got the
seatbelt.
seatbelt?
Yeah, I got it. We figured it out.
I don't know if that seatbelt, you know, the dog, usually I'll fold that thing down. I don't know how easy it's going to be to get that seatbelt. We should have thought about that.
It's all good, I got it.
You got it?
Freed. So, we're good. Thank you.
Are you in school or you work?
I did a couple years of school. I'm an accounting finance major. I decided to take a break and do some traveling, which is what I've been doing the past 4 years. So this whole purpose of this whole trip is the past 4 years I've been hitchhiking everywhere. I've done it in 25 countries now. I've been picked up, estimated about 750 times in my life. The purpose of this trip is to document the experience and show people what the process of hitchhiking is like from my point of view. Just because I've had
You were taking some pictures.
Yeah, so this is actually being recorded and it's actually a live stream. So there's people watching and talking and interacting with me as I go, which makes it really exciting or like fun for me because.
Do you want us to introduce ourselves?
Yeah, actually, we haven't even exchanged names. Usually that's the first thing we do.
Here's what I'm Ron Fine, and I live in Edwards, Colorado with my girlfriend Mia, who actually lives in Eastville.
Yeah.
And I'm from Washington D.C.
Washington D.C. Eh?
And I left Washington D.C. 2 years ago and don't regret it.
Yeah.
Particularly with all the politics that's going on.
For sure, yeah.
And but I'm still trying to make a difference, trying to turn all these rednecks into believers of. Got to get rid of this president that we have. He's an idiot. Plus, he's making our country turning it into another direction, which we don't like.
Yeah.
So, but Colorado is a whole nother world. You got